You might want to lock yourselves in the basement because the Martians are here, the reptilians are here, they are already here, ladies and gentlemen. Let's go for 2 likes on the video and let's check this out.
Their plan, people. These are demons. Just like the Bible says, it's basically an intergalactic invasion into this space through people. I'm telling you, it's what all the ancients said, it's what they warned of, it's what we're dealing with. They're demons. They're frickin' interdimensional invaders, okay? I'll just say it.
He looks so young, so this has to be a super old clip. And the fact that they remove AJ from, let's just call it like official social media or the woke social media, tells you a lot.
Make fun of me all you want on CNN or wherever, but everyone already innately knows this. These people are not frickin' humans.
There is a secret document from the CIA that has just been released, and what it reveals is terrifying. It is called the story of Adam and Eve, and it explains how the end of the world will occur. And the scariest part is that it is entirely logical and makes complete sense.
Okay, if you're saying it's entirely logical, that means that it's not gonna be logical at all. But okay, gonna give you the benefit of the doubt, let's say, right?
Explains that the North Pole and the South Pole shift every 12 to 15,000 years.
Okay, yeah.
And when this shift occurs, it triggers a massive apocalypse with earthquakes and giant tsunamis. After the apocalypse happens, we go back to prehistoric times, the Stone Age. It also states that the first humans like us lived.
I think if something like this happens, if it's really severe to that point, then we might go back to the Stone Ages. But the fact that we know something like that happened before, we have technology, so maybe it's not gonna happen to that extent. But if it's really that severe, then I mean anything can happen for sure, though.
10,000 years before Jesus Christ. So we are approximately 13,000 years after the first humans, and we are already witnessing significant events like climate change and other catastrophes.
Yeah, true.
The book also claims that we are the 6th civilization to emerge from the apocalypse. We reach a certain point in civilization, and then everything resets. This would explain many things, such as the Sahara Desert once being green, and Antarctica having forests. Now things are changing, with some places becoming colder while others become hotter. This is why there is mention of the flood in the Bible, and it's
yeah, kind of, okay, makes a little bit of sense, but I want to know what you think, though.
What happened to Atlantis. It would make sense for a city to be underwater if water wasn't there before.
Could you tell us what?
Damn! Yo, okay, that actually makes sense, though. Yeah, they never found Atlantis, or maybe they have found Atlantis, but even if they have, they're never gonna tell you, right? So what if Atlantis was actually a city, and it was not underwater, but after this shifted? I get the point. I mean, kind of makes you think, right? Kind of makes you think.
What has happened when the reptilians have entered your various homes? They access your home through portal entries, and then they either interact with you in your home, or they take you elsewhere.
A lot of people have been asking, are reptilians real? And the answer to that is yes, reptilians are real, but they're actually demonic spirits that can enter your house from demonic portals when you do things in your house that you shouldn't do, and when you don't put on the armor and protection that God has provided us.
This incredible...
This is why I say, lock yourselves in the basement, hide your kids, hide your wives. They are here, the Martians are here.
Subterranean realm, called the Sondun Cave, is estimated to be roughly 3 million years old.
Holy.
Many of you are being selected as guardians and sovereign humanitarians of the New World. This activated consciousness allows your body to be a divine vessel for light transmission.
Local residents describe seeing reptilian-type humanoid beings.
Yo, whatever happened to that, like, that airplane lady, right? Like, I remember, like, she freaked out, right? Everybody started talking about it, we even covered it. And then she was kind of like not found, so they had a hard time locating her. And then she went on social media, made a video and said that, yep, it was not true, this and that, I was under the influence, or whatever she said, right? I don't remember fully, but then suckers actually started believing that it's not the same person. They cloned her. Oh, shit. That's what some people said. So we don't even know what's real and what's not real anymore, because suckers don't even want to believe anything. And yeah, man, open your mind.
Emerging from the Sondun Cave.
Your potential of service is unlimited.
It runs through the earth for nearly 6 miles.
Type humanoid beings are similar to the seraphim or the winged serpents in Kabbalistic tradition.
Johnny Depp descubre a reptilian. Okay, so that's a Spanuelo. Who is that? So I think we about to see them eyes, bro.
Man, look, man, I get everybody's happy about this Schumann resonance and, you know what I mean, the frequencies rising on the planet, man. But this is crazy, man. Look how many people is talking about this, man. Ain't no organic souls talking about this. It's just a bunch of clones on there. Why y'all so excited about y'all destruction, bro? That don't make no sense to me. Y'all should be begging the gods and goddesses for forgiveness, but instead y'all on there on TikTok.
It's at about 16.2 hertz, which ironically is an octave above the resonant frequency of planet Earth itself, which is about 8.1 hertz. So the Schumann resonant frequency of the Earth and the King's Chamber are directly linked together by frequency and sound.
Okay.
Just glorifying y'all destruction.
And as the sun is in the silver gate.
That don't make no sense. You not know. Y'all just stop teaching, bro. Y'all need to accept that.
The EM field is not a protection. It is an AI net Ra put around us to hold us captive. It is the origin of the Smith program, the holographic sky. NASA represents it on patches.
Yo, every time I see crap like that, I'm just thinking about the Project Bluebeam though. How many of you guys heard about Project Bluebeam? If you have not heard about it, just type Project Bluebeam on YouTube or go over on the channel, search Project Bluebeam and you're gonna find. Just write blue over on the channel or search Project Bluebeam Scare Reacts on YouTube and you're gonna find like a couple of videos that I had. Like it's gonna blow your mind. It's gonna blow your mind.
As an electron field surrounding Earth, the Greeks called it the 12 Ethers.
Dog, what the actual F is that though? I don't like the background music.
The significance of UFOs. Like,
they're not coming from, well, I should say it this way. The significance of UFOs is multiple parts, but number one, it's not what you think it is. It's not coming from other planets. The evidence doesn't suggest that.
Okay, before he says that, I think what he's gonna say, that they're coming from underneath, like from the sea, from the ocean, right? Like I've heard that theory before and it's actually wild and kind of makes sense, right? In a way, because we see them go underwater as well. We see them go under ocean, and a lot of over 90% of our ocean, there's like a weird percentage that they have said 95 or something like that. I don't remember from the top of my head, but they have given a percentage that, let's just say hypothetically, like 80-90% of the ocean floor is, we have no idea what's down there. It's unexplored. 89% is unexplored. So kind of makes sense, right? Like that's a theory, and it is one of the wildest theory I've heard, and it does make sense. That's the wildest thing about it, though.
Dimensional. Yes, and the reason is because time is time is parallel. It's not linear, or it's not like we start here and go forward in time. Time is side by side, which means everything in the past and the future is existing in this moment, but within different frequencies.
The Mandela effect explained.
He's on the board of SpaceX, Tesla.
Yeah, he brought in like a different theory altogether. Okay, well, I also heard that theory of like coming from the ocean, though. What are your thoughts on that?
Synthetic genomics, which is Craig Venter's company, is trying to build artificial life and D-Wave, and that's it. And this is his particularly poetic way of framing the difference between the machines we build and conventional computers. This is what they look like. There are two of them. These are from our lab in Burnaby in British Columbia. From the outside, they look like giant black monoliths. Big metal boxes. About 10 feet on a side.
It looks like a refrigerator for like the cans and the soft drinks, though.
12 feet tall.
And this looks like a cupboard. And this from here, this one looks like a fridge. These are looking like refrigerator that you would see for the cans. 12 feet tall.
And they are powered, they have a fridge inside them, a refrigerator that cools these chips to almost absolute zero. Just a wisp, a fraction of a degree above absolute zero. Hundreds of times colder than interstellar space. Amongst the coldest and most isolated and extreme conditions that humans have ever been able to engineer. These fridges, interestingly enough, which are called pulse tube dilution refrigerators, have a thing called a pulse tube, which emits a sound roughly once per second, which sounds eerily like a heartbeat. So if you have the opportunity to stand next to one of these machines, it is an awe-inspiring thing, at least for me. It feels like an altar to an alien god. They really are impressive machines.
And you're telling me that they did not come from Earth? Is that what you're trying to say?
Part of this big box is a tiny chip about the size of your thumbnail. And on this chip resides all of the wonder and magic that makes this thing go. I'm not going to describe in any mathematical detail how it all works, but let me give you an analogy. In quantum mechanics, there's this concept that a thing can exist in two states which are mutually exclusive at the same time, quote unquote. And I'm using those words because the English language was developed before we had concepts to describe what these things actually are doing. But I'm going to give you a roundabout way of understanding this. Imagine that there really are parallel universes out there, and now imagine you have two that are exactly identical in every respect, all the way out to the horizon as far as we can see, down to the last little atomic detail of every single thing, with only one difference. And that's the value of a little thing called a qubit on this chip. It's a contraction of quantum bit. And that qubit is very much like a bit or a transistor in a conventional computer. It has two distinct physical states, which we call 0 and 1 for bit. In a conventional computer, these are mutually exclusive. That device is either one or the other, never anything else. In a quantum computer, that device can be in this strange situation where these two parallel universes have a nexus, a point in space where they overlap. And when you increase the number of these devices, every time you add one of these qubits, you double the number of these parallel universes that you have access to.
Okay. I mean, I'm not fully understanding. Let me be real. I don't want to sound like I'm like a NASA scientist or anything, but the fact that, holy though, yeah, I'm not. The qubits and stuff he's talking about, I don't understand it. I don't get it. Any of you scientists, let me know in the comments below. But the rest of it, it's quite fascinating though.
Until such time when you get to a chip like this, which is about 500 of these bits, you have something like 2 to the 500th power of these guys living in that chip. So the way I think about it is that the shadows of these parallel worlds overlap with ours. And if we're smart enough, we can dive into them and grab their resources and pull them back into ours to make...
What? Oh shit! Oh shit! Overlaps with our world. What?
...an effect in our world. Now this may sound very odd to you and bizarre, and in fact I am using language that a normal theoretical physicist probably wouldn't use, but this is, what I'm telling you is absolutely correct and in line with the way that these things actually work. We've been doing this for some time now, and in fact we have our own version of Moore's Law. The doubling of the number of these qubits on the chip has happened once a year for the past 9 years.
Okay.
So for the last 9 years, every year the number of these qubit devices has doubled, and it will continue to do so. As a point of reference, in terms of how fast these things are,
Donkey 1 miles per hour? SR-71 2,000 miles, 2,000 miles per hour. Oh my god. I would take the Donkey, man. I would take
one generation of chip. The one from the system that was installed at USC to the one that Google and NASA have now. The speed of the device went up by almost 500,000. This is the kind of progress that you're going to see with these types of machines going forward. And 500,000 sounds like an abstract number, but I put up a little mental comparison here to see what 5,000 really means. 500,000 is a big number when it comes to speed. All right, so now I'm getting into the last part of my talk where I'm going to make some predictions, some dangerous predictions. So predictions are very dangerous for a variety of reasons. Often they're wrong, which is one. But I think they're important because predictions somehow are our internal desires made manifest. Predictions are about what we want to happen, maybe not what will happen. And I'm going to make 3 predictions.
Yeah, true. It's like your imagination, right? You're thinking about it and you're always like, what if that happens? Like, let's be real. I always say this, like every joke, every sarcastic joke has a little bit of truth in it, right? Yeah, we joke around, but you know, there is some truth in it. Like, and predictions are imagination though, so it's like something that you assume would happen or you want it to happen, and yeah.
Predictions, and all of them are dangerous in the sense that they're very unlikely to happen, maybe, but I think that there's a very good chance that they may. As an aside, I just wanted to say that at least in the Valley, Silicon Valley, and maybe in the United States in general, there's a very deep feeling of unease about the way technology has been developing.
Yep, I agree with
because
that.
we have all of these vast array of very smart people, and what they're doing is crap. They're building things that cannot last. They're building things that are not important.
Yeah, that's China, Alibaba for you. I get what he's trying to say, but I'm just trying to joke about that. Yeah, that's Alibaba for you, man. The things don't last, bro. The things don't last no more, though. You always, that's what's this called? They constantly want to get you to buy new stuff, though.
This is a little bit of a controversial point of view, but I believe it. But I think that the reason for this is it's low-hanging fruit. Computers haven't been around for a long time. And I think that what's going to happen is that as people get more comfortable with computers, the attention will turn from the Twitters and the Facebooks to very important things.
Right.
So here's my first prediction. I'm going to predict that by 5 years, NASA will have found an Earth-like planet.
So 2028, he's by 2018, NASA will have found a planet. Oh, so this was back in 2013 then. So by 2018, NASA will have found a planet with oceans of liquid water and Earth-like atmosphere within 40 light years of Earth. Using a quantum computer, serious discussions about going there will begin. I guess they did found though. I think there was a lot of talk of planets containing water. I believe this prediction is quite true.
With Earth-like atmosphere and water on it, and serious people will start discussing how we get there.
Yeah, Elon
and by the way,
Musk,
they're going to use one of our machines to help do this. That's my first prediction.
So this was in 2013.
My second prediction
10 years
is
ago.
that this business of parallel universes is going to turn out to be very important. This picture that I've got under here is what's called a gravitational lens. When Einstein proposed his general...
By 2023, we are in the year 2023. Are you watching this video in 2077? Let me know, okay, what year you're watching, 2100? By 2023, a major breakthrough in physics will occur based on a model whose cornerstone is the reality of parallel universes. An experiment will be performed on a quantum computer that will support the new theory. When Einstein proposed his general theory of relativity.
General theory of relativity, it came with a bunch of experiments that you could use to test it. And one of them was that if there was a point of light very far away and a galaxy in the middle, that galaxy should bend the light and you should see a ring. And this was eventually observed. And I think what's going to happen is somebody is going to come up with an experiment to test this reality of these things. And we're going to be able to do so. My third prediction that I'm going to end on is the most important of all.
By 2028, so 5 years from now, deadass. By 2028, intelligent machines will exist that can do anything humans can do. Quantum computers will have played a critical role in the creation of this new type of intelligence. Ain't that the truth though? Because they're already talking about AI, machine learning, and we have a topic, we already talked about AI on the channel as well. And the AI is advancing way too fast for our likings, in a negative way and also in a positive way as well. But AI robots are, I think by 2028, they're gonna be more usual or a lot more advanced, and I would say by 2030, 2035, like, we're gonna see people actually buy them to do some like home laundry or home cleaning and other stuff, maybe even sleep with them and that crap too. So stuff like that is coming out. I mean, they're already talking about it. I believe Tesla bot was supposed to come out, but this year or next year, I could be wrong. I believe it was supposed to come out this year, but we did not hear much about it, or maybe we did, but it did not cross my eyes or my social media feed.
I believe that humanity is on the cusp of the most important technological, societal revolution that's ever occurred.
Yeah.
And that's when we got to the point where the machines that we build outpace us in every respect. I don't mean that they're better calculators. I don't mean that they're better at searching. I mean,
at the end of the day, we made them, but they're gonna be better than in pretty much everything. Yep, everything. Calculator, it's kind of like when you think about it, 2 + 2, we can say 4, but you know, when you do that math with bigger numbers, like, the mind kind of blanks for a second. It doesn't mean that we cannot do it. We certainly can, but we might need a pen and paper to do it if it's like a bigger number. Like, if we add like multiple zeros, then we need like a pen and paper to do the calculations. And even then, people can be wrong. Yeah, you know what I'm saying? I could be wrong, you could be wrong when we are doing math. So calculator does it fast. Nowadays, you don't need a calculator. You need calculator as an app on your phone. You can do within seconds. You just gotta type the number and boom, you get it, right? You don't have to think. But robots are gonna be just million times more advanced than that in, like it says, everything though.
Everything. And I think that we're very close. And my prediction is that within 15 years, we will have machines that outpace humans in everything.
Agreed.
Thank you very much.
Agreed. Wokeness. Agreed. So yeah, this was definitely in 2013. This is what they want you to believe. Fox News. Fox War on the woke mind virus.
Is a virus.
Agreed.
It's infectious. It destroys your brain.
The wokeness is very potent.
This woke mindset virus.
The wokeness, this is all we should be talking about.
The woke monster is here, and it's coming for everything.
The American Medical Association has gone woke.
Professional sports have gone fully woke.
American Boy Scouts are the next to go woke.
Walmart is going woke.
M&M's going woke.
Minnie Mouse going woke.
Now the army.
Not Eminem, man. Like, I grew up listening to Eminem, bruh. You mean Eminem like the candy or the rapper, though? Like, hopefully not the rapper, though.
Going woke. Plus, guess who's going woke? The Muppets.
The cards.
And finally, your autocorrect now going woke.
Wokeism. Wokeification. Wokeify.
The hyper woke. Uber woke.
The word woke used to be considered one of the... Like, if you were... Back in the days, it was cool to be woke, right? It meant that you know not everything, but you're kind of like, yeah, you have the knowledge, right? You do not believe in the government BS, though. That's what was considered woke. But nowadays, woke is considered completely else. The word has been hijacked completely. Now it's not cool to be woke, and we were all seeing the woke mind disease. It's with the they-them situation and all that crap too, right? That they are trying to push on the kids and to everybody, you guys, me, all of us, right? They're trying to push it. They're like, hey, why you're not like us? You gotta be like us. You gotta be like strong, independent, they-them like us.
Ultra woke.
The woke karate.
The wokers.
The woke folk.
The woketopians.
Those wokesters. Wokeaholics. Wokeristas.
The, wokey woke.
Super wokeness.
Yeah.
They're all extreme. They've all been infected by the woke virus.
Woke critics on Rotten Tomatoes.
Woke lady superheroes.
Woke celebrities.
Woke universities.
Woke indoctrination.
Woke corporations.
Woke economics.
Woke nonprofits.
Woke education.
Woke generation.
Woke journalists.
Woke scientists.
Woke Democrats. Woke Republicans. Woke millionaires. Woke...
But at the end of the day, though, right? Like, it's like he said, she said. We live in a crazy time, man. Do you believe this? Do you not believe this? Click on this video on the screen, ladies and gentlemen, and I will see you right there. The night is still young. Remember.